an air show that features aircraft from World War II to the present. But what makes these planes extra special is their size. I'm Ashley Nagaoka. That story coming up next.
Aviation enthusiasts were treated to a special show in the sky above Ford Island today. It was all part of the Pacific Aviation Museum's mission to preserve Hawaii's history and to help raise money for its multi-million-dollar renovation project. KGMB 9's Ashley Nagaoka has more.
Lisa, military aircraft dating back to World War II were featured in the museum's Biggest Little Airshow. Planes zipped past each other at high speeds through the sky above Ford Island. Normally, it would be a dangerous situation, but today, their pilots were on the ground.
Never got to be a real pilot. This is probably the closest thing I'll get to it.
These remote-controlled airplanes are part of the Biggest Little Airshow, put on by the Pacific Aviation Museum, Pearl Harbor. The planes are 1 to 5 scale replicas of historic aircraft that date back to World War II, from Japanese Zeros to B-51 Mustangs and even F-22 Raptors, like the ones the Air Force uses now.
I can do about 180 miles an hour with a top speed of over 200 if we push it.
Depending on the attention to detail, creating these models can take anywhere from 30 hours to several years. And it's not a cheap hobby either.
The jets, would range anywhere from as cheap as $5,000 ready to fly to like the F-22 I'm flying is over $11,000.
Pilots performed a series of stunts for the crowd.
I strictly do like Immelman, split S, loops, dives, low strafing runs.
But they all agree the hardest trick doesn't happen in the sky.
I've had several that have had some ugly endings.
Today's air show gave visitors a chance to see the plans for the museum's $100 million restoration project, which officials are still trying to raise funds for.
Even in this economy, which makes fundraising far more difficult than we would like to see, but we can't wait for the economy to improve.
Hangars 79 and 54, as well as the control tower, will undergo renovations. There are several buildings left standing after the attack on Pearl Harbor and will be transformed into museums filled with aircraft and pieces of history from World War II, the Korean War, and the Vietnam War. Ashley Nagaoka, KGMB 9 News.